Welcome to Brutally Honest Talk Radio. This is Elmo the Conservative. I'm just running it back by myself today, and this is usually the most fun that you will have on a political podcast this week. We have fun. We're getting into serious times as we get closer to the election, and the Democrat National Convention just ended, so we're speaking on that. I try to be optimistic and be lighthearted and keep a good disposition and all of that. So I'm going to go into it. You know, it's kind of a bittersweet thing when you take the red pill, because you're glad to be aware and to be in the light. And then sometimes you feel like, man, I wish that I didn't know what I knew, because then it would just be easier somehow. It would be less of a burden. I had to be confused with Kamala's being unburdened. So let me say a couple of things before we get started. Those of you that are following this show on YouTube, click the notification bell. Welcome back, all of our subscribers. We have a lot of people that joined the group, that joined the squad in the last couple of weeks. Welcome back. Make sure you click the notification bell so that you will be notified and that message will pop up when there's a new episode, when there's a new show uploaded. You can also follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram, and look for us on TikTok. Also, we have X, formerly known as Twitter, so you can, we post on there, and you can not only listen to this on YouTube, but Spotify, iTunes, and Amazon. This is a novelette today. We're going to have a full show next time where we go into a lot more stuff. Right now, I'm just trying to summarize the Democrat National Convention, okay? The common theme, what they were telling you, is that Kamala brings joy. But I have another three-letter word that Kamala and the Democrats are bringing, and that word is lie. L-I-E. So just replace J-O-Y with L-I-E. I don't want you to lie, but I want you to know that someone is telling you a lie, that a lie is coming to you. So just a few examples of this, and many people that spoke, including Bill Clinton and Raphael Warnock. We're going to get into that on another show. But for one thing, while Kamala was speaking, she said that he sent a mob on January 6th. They're still doing this. Remember, Kamala Harris said that January 6th was the worst day in the history of America. Now, at this point, we know that Biden was a puppet. I believe that she has been also, not as much as Biden, because she has more of a brain to think for herself. And I was saying a couple of years ago that I thought that Kamala could do better than Biden as president, at least because of her baseline, because at the very least, she is in complete control of her faculties, her motor skills, her cognitive ability. She knows where she is. She doesn't seem to have memory problems or whatnot. But, not to get off track, remember, Kamala said that January 6th was the worst day in American history. That means worse than Pearl Harbor, worse than the day that Kennedy got assassinated, worse than 9/11. And think about the survivors, the family, the spouses of the victims on 9/11, the wives of the 500 firefighters who died, hearing her say that January 6th, where one person was killed, a total of one person with a fire extinguisher, there were people. It's on video. There's video footage and proof of people being let into the Capitol. But still, nevertheless, that doesn't make it okay. They shouldn't have been in there. And those people are crazy. They're not a part of the Republican Party. They may vote Republican, but you always have some crazies on both sides. There's more crazies that are left wing, just straight up. Anybody that's paying attention to what's going on out here, it's more extreme people on the left than it is on the right. So, most of the people stayed outside on January 6th. But anyway, that's a lie that Trump sent a mob. There's no proof of that he sent them over there. He did say, I believe the day before, let's go over and have a peaceful protest. But MSNBC and CNN aren't going to show you that because they're trying to make it look like he incited what they probably wish it was a riot and that there was a lot of damage done and more people hurt and more people killed. So that's a lie that he sent a mob over there by saying, I'll meet you over there. Let's have a peaceful protest. But he never said for anybody to try to storm the Capitol or go inside. Another lie by Kamala, she said that her and Biden, quote, put together the strongest border bill in decades. Really? Well, your damn border bill ain't working. That's what the Democrats called you. That's what the left-wing media called you, and the right-wing media, because that's what they call themselves, borders are. And it was such a train wreck that she didn't want to be called that. The Democrats didn't want to be associated with that anymore. And some of you may remember when Kamala said a year into their presidency, don't come to the border. Because Biden was saying when he was campaigning, come to the border because they want illegals to come here so that they can get their vote. That's why they're trying to make it so that they don't have to show ID. They're just trying to make it all across the board where nobody has to show ID so that they won't specifically say illegal immigrants. I mean, they don't say that anyway, but so that they won't say that group. They want to let them into the country in exchange for their vote. And not being able to show who you are, what your name is, what your address is, and for somebody to be able to vote 4, 5, 6 times, at different polling places, that's just insane. But anyway, that's the reason for that. The strongest border bill in decades. A bill is a piece of paper. That's not going to keep people out. Think about this. She said they have the strongest border bill in decades, but they're against the wall. And that's because the wall is effective. Some people complained about the way that it looks. It's ugly. Okay, paint it whatever color you want, put graffiti on it, put some artwork, whatever. But prison walls are ugly too. That's not the purpose of them. It's for them to look attractive. The purpose of them is to keep people out. So that's a lie. Put together the strongest border bill in decades. Whatever they did, it was weak. It obviously didn't work. And another lie, on a previous night, Bill Clinton spoke, and he said that if you vote for him, meaning Trump, that it will be the last time. Trump said this will be the last time you'll have to vote because we're going to fix everything, is what I heard. This is the last time you're going to have to vote. But Clinton said that if you vote for him, it's the last time you will ever have to vote because he's going to rig the elections. That's a lie. He never said that. And that lines up with so much of what the Democrats are telling you. They're lying to you. They want to scare you. That's what climate change is about. Let me scare you. Because if you can scare a group of people, you can control them. Trying to force people to get vaccines and force people to wear masks. That was just a test market. Let me see how much control we can actually get, how much we can play with this. If we can mandate masks and vaccines and other stuff, then we can roll into, I need everybody to turn in their guns. Well, how about just this week, we'll start with a bullet. Everybody turn in one bullet. I'm just saying that it's gradual when it rolls into government takeover. So, hey, that's basically all I'm going to do at this show. Tune in on the next show where we're going to talk about even the performances there and the overall message and how the Democrat convention did. So catch us on the next episode. But listen, I want people to investigate stuff. Every time you hear something that makes you mad, or you think that the Republicans or Trump or J.D. Vance is stupid, that should set off an alarm in your head to investigate it. Look it up. And when I say look it up, I mean do real fact checking. Don't just go to certain media sources that are left-leaning or right-leaning, but check from both sides. And you want to check media sources that are unbiased, that are center. Take care, everybody. We're going to catch you on the next episode.